Welcome to Here's How We Get There. It's the daily show filled with conversations about business and mental health in a down-to-earth style with real-world language. Now let's dive in with your co-hosts, Kenneth Shark Kinney and Trey Tucker.
All right, Trey, Michigan State football coach Mel Tucker has been accused of sexually harassing a rape survivor. He is the football coach that was supposed to resurrect this program, which has had some troubles, but now he's a little bit of a trouble on his own. Tell us a little bit more about it.
All right, the timing bothers me on two different levels. Number one, Michigan State apparently learned about these accusations in December and started their whole investigative process in December, but they didn't actually suspend the coach until recently when a USA Today story broke on them. So let's think about what might have been happening behind the scenes there to make them think, well, we don't need to suspend him in December until all of a sudden it goes public. That already adds some suspicion. And then number two, I don't know if these accusations are true or false. He's claiming that everything was consensual. So who knows what the actual truth is. But at the time of this recording, it's moving toward him getting fired, not just suspended. But the deal is, if he were actually winning on the field more, I have a strong suspicion they would be backing him. Because if this happened to somebody like Kirby Smart or Nick Saban, those, in my opinion, those universities would be backing them no matter what damage it did to them, at least in the short term on a PR level, because winning breeds money and money breeds more money. And as you and I both know, the answer to so many questions about how businesses or organizations really run or why they do certain things is money. So I think if these accusations turn out to be false, Michigan State could be looking pretty bad. What do you think?
Well, so a couple of different things. One, I don't know that I necessarily agree with you or not about whether or not a coach like a Nick Saban or Kirby Smart might undergo the same kind of thing, because they are at such a different tier. And luckily that nothing like this that I know of has ever been accused of them. Mel Tucker, although a prominent name, is not the same kind of it's not the same kind of street value, if you will, as those folks who've won multiple national championships now. But my issue with this too, and this is the part that I hate, is one, he is the public face, if you will, for the university and the most well-known sport for Michigan State. It gets looked at differently than it would in a corporate environment. This woman, I hope, and I don't mean this to say that she is or isn't, but I trust and hope and believe that she's telling the truth and that this doesn't become some sort of story or mix up. But I don't want to pass judgment on him in any way until we find out more. This is too early.
Yeah.
If he is wrong, and the accusations are that he was basically making sexual comments and masturbating during a phone call, this seems very weird that he would do this with a woman who was a prominent rape survivor. And whether you believe one or the other, the worst part is this plays out in the court of public opinion and not in an actual court where it can have a little more structure and we can maybe get to the truth. Yelling at each other on Twitter, for example, or in news stories just doesn't answer it the same way. However, it sounds like he probably needed to make some better choices and what he was doing with his life anyway. And hopefully whatever damage has been done to either of them gets rectified soon. But I hate when these kind of things come up, because it muddies it muddies up so much of this for what happens to people who aren't in the limelight, especially women who may go through something similar, who don't have the public to back them up as well.
Yep, absolutely.
Well, we'll see you soon.
Thank you for joining Shark and Trey on the Here's How We Get There show. Make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to the show, and visit here'showwegetthere.com. That's here'showwegetthere.com.